Hi guys, it's Lara. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you 3 easy dessert recipes in Oreo style, so if you want to know how to make these delicious things, then please keep watching. First I made the batter for the Oreos and the energy balls. I blended 2 cups of oats until they were almost smooth. I personally like the oats still a little bit crunchy, but feel free to blend them longer if you want them smoother. I put the oats into a larger bowl and added 1 cup of cocoa powder, 5 tablespoons of coconut oil. Next I added half a cup agave syrup. You could use also maple syrup or any sweetener you like. And last but not least, I added a pinch of salt. And then I combined all ingredients and I kept stirring until I had a smooth and dark chocolatey batter. For the raw Oreos, I put half of the batter between 2 baking sheets. I rolled the batter out. I cut the cookie discs with a round cookie cutter. I kept rolling the batter out and cutting out the cookies until I had 20 pieces. I placed the cookies on a plate covered with a baking sheet and put them for about 20 minutes into the freezer. For the cashew cream, I soaked 1.5 cup of cashews in water overnight. Next day I rinsed them and I put the nuts into a food processor and blended them. A little side note, I usually soak the nuts for at least 8 hours. However, I made this cream also a couple of times kind of last minute and I didn't have any pre-soaked nuts, so I used cashews that were cut in half. I combined them with a bit of water and put them into this very same food processor, and they actually turned out as creamy as when I pre-soaked them. So you can try that out, and if it doesn't work, you can always pre-soak the cashews. Now, once the cashews were creamy, I put them in a larger dish and I added 3 tablespoons of agave syrup. Again, you can use any sweetener of your choice. Next, I added 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of oat drink. You can use any non-dairy milk of your choice. And then I added 1 tablespoon of vanilla powder and a pinch of salt. I stirred all first properly with a spoon. And then I blended the cream with a hand mixer until it was nice and smooth. I took the cookie discs out of the freezer and I put on every second disc a generous amount of the cashew cream. Once that was done, I put the plate again for about 20 minutes into the freezer because the cream needed to thicken a little bit, otherwise it would be too runny. And once the 20 minutes were up, I took the cookies out of the freezer and I put the empty discs on the top of each piece with the cashew cream on it. And then my cookies were done. I always keep these cookies in the fridge so that the cream remains nicely thick, and I also find that they taste kind of refreshing when they're cold. For the energy balls, I only had to form the remaining batter into small balls, and I coated each ball in shredded coconut. I personally also like keeping the energy balls in the fridge because I like them chilled. Now the Oreo style cake, I combined 200 grams of all-purpose flour with 150 grams of brown sugar. I added 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, pinch of salt, 2 teaspoons of chia seeds, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and about 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. The next ingredients were 400 grams of non-dairy yogurt and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. As usual, I mixed first all dry ingredients. By the way, all recipes are also written down below in the description box. As a next step, I added the yogurt. And then I added the coconut oil. I put the batter into a large oven pan covered with a baking sheet. I already preheated the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, that is 356 degrees Fahrenheit. I baked the cake for 30 minutes. I let the cake cool off first, and once it was cool enough, I started cutting it into pieces. I sliced each piece horizontally. You can slice it in 2 pieces, or if you're really handy, you can slice it in 3 pieces, because that way you could add more cream. It is entirely up to you. And then I filled each piece with a generous amount of the cashew cream. If you're gonna make both the cookies and this cake, you might need to make a bit more of the cream for the cake, especially if you're gonna slice it in 3 pieces each. You can always freeze whatever remains left of the cashew cream for some other time. Well, and here's the finished Oreo style cake. All 3 of the desserts that I have shown you today are definitely great things that you could bring to a brunch or to a party. So that's it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're gonna make any of these 3 desserts, please let me know if you like them. And thank you so much for watching. If you ended up liking today's video, don't forget to give the video a thumb up because that really helps my channel. You can also subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet, that would be awesome. And as usual, I have linked a lot of stuff down below, including all of my Instagram accounts, my DIY channel. The music is written down below. There are a few discount codes and affiliate links, and I always try to find a few videos or playlists that I think might be interesting for you. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you with my next video. Bye!